Hey, everybody, welcome on back. So it's the You Gotta Try This podcast. It's starring me. Large. It's also with
Large. That's hell of a name.
I got my man Wallo here.
Large.
I've been telling you guys for a while that this is one of my favorite guys in Barstool. So Wallo and I were lucky enough, he had invited me to come down and do some color for the Gilly and Wallo knockout party last year. So I was ringside with these guys. We had a wild time.
Crazy.
And what we're going to be doing now is we're dropping this episode about 2 weeks prior to the next Gilly and Wallo knockout party. So I'm going to be in the building again for this. I'm going to be ringside with these two gentlemen.
Crazy.
With Gilly and Wallo. And I'm telling you, if you think that Rough and Rowdy is crazy, you haven't seen shit. It's one of those things where we just sit down, we have a good time. We got a bunch of people local and not so local to just beat the hell out of each other. And it's always a good time. So that's going to be December 19th. It'll be all over my social. Obviously, it's going to be all over Wallo's social. So make sure you tune in or be in the building down here in Philly if you can. And that's it. $1 million worth of game is a monster for Barstool Sports. It's a friggin' monster for Barstool Sports. So when I was doing the radio show a long time ago with Sirius, we had these two guys who I'd never met before. Gil and Wallo had come to the New York office, and it must have been about 6:15 or 6:30 in the morning. We're about to go on. They kind of knew Willie, the guy that I did it with, Big Willie. They didn't know me. Wallo comes, he sits behind me. This is the first time we ever met. I don't know if you remember this. You're like, what is that? I was like, it's an electric kettle. I was like, I don't drink coffee. You're like, can you go make me a cup of tea? I was like, I can. The first time I ever met you, we met over just kind of drinking tea. So now we're going to go 5 years. We're going to go 5 years in the future, and we're sitting down. We're going to shoot the shit about food.
Food. You know what's crazy? That's like the universal language.
Yes.
There's two things in this world that connect people. The most important, see, people would kill me for this because I'm probably the only dude on Barstool Sports that don't give a fuck about sports.
Yes.
I only care when it's the finals of Super Bowl, my team is going to win. I don't care about none of that.
Right.
But it's like the two things, I'm going to say two things that bring people together in the world. I'm going to add three. Sports going to be number third. It's food, laughter.
Right.
Sports.
In that order.
Food is like, people, man, listen, people would do people would travel for food. People would go, we do some crazy shit for food. Right. We will wait in line, freezing cold, snowing, raining, just a good cup of coffee or a good bagel or a good slice of pizza. That's what I love about food. Is like, it's this thing. And everybody palate is different.
I would tell you right now that when they said that I could do this show, I was thrilled. You know, I'm a boxing fan.
Yeah.
You've been to a NASCAR race with me.
Yes.
You've done some NASCAR. So I got my sports shit out of the way. There is nothing in the world that I can talk as intelligently about me. Mm-hmm. If I consider myself an expert on anything, I'm kind of an expert on food. But every time we have somebody come through the Barstool office, I'm part of that car wash now. Mm-hmm. Because if you're a big time comedian, a big time athlete or something, you can carve out a couple minutes to talk to me about what's the best meal your mom ever made you. Because everyone does the same thing. Oh shit, yeah, my mom, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's one of those things that brings together. I cook every week. Every weekend, I cook a Sunday meal for my family, put the phones away, the whole deal. I do a lot of cooking during the week as well, but the weekend is when we have our big meals as a family. How are you right now as far as your cooking? Where's your kung fu as far as Wallo being a chef right now?
I cook about 3 times a week.
Okay.
I cook, it depends on what I'm feeling like. I'm like, I'm real good. I really, all right, so this is how I come. I was in prison. When I was in prison, during my time in prison, I ran across this book called Cook by Jeff Henderson. Jeff Henderson wound up becoming a chef. But before he became a chef, he was selling kilos of cocaine in San Diego. He get locked up, he go to jail. When he go to jail, he start working in the kitchen. Right. So when he working in the kitchen, he's selling things out the kitchen because when you go to prison, the kitchen is like the hub. Everybody want peppers and onions. You got different people cooking different stuff. You got the Italians, they need their stuff on the block, the peppers and onions. You got the blacks, they cooking, they Jamaicans. You got different people, Irish, everybody cooking their different food, but they need ingredients. Right. In order to get ingredients in prison, you got to steal it out the kitchen. Whether it's garlic powder, whether it's onion powder, paprika, black pepper, anything you could think of. Whatever you could think of, they get it out of the kitchen. Right. So Jeff Henderson He go, at the time when I read this book, I'm working at the night bake shop in Dollaz prison in Pennsylvania. Okay. And what we doing is, we got these we cooking bread every night. We cooking the bread for the jail. They not paying for bread, we cooking it. Mm-hmm. Big dough, putting the yeast in there, boom, chopping the dough.
But industrial kitchens,
I'm talking about this industrial kitchen.
You're not talking about making loaves. You're talking about, you're
all
mixing
prison
gallons and gallons.
It's industrial prison, but when we used to chop down the bread, we put it in the pan and it'd be loaves. Okay. So it'd be sheep, they'd be in the little bread pans, but we put a bunch of them on the sheet pan, slide them in the walk-in ovens, and once they come, we dump them out, put them through the slicer, let them cool off a minute, put them through the slicer, and then put them in bins. And that's how the guys and inmates got bread. So as I'm in there, I never forget. It's this tall guy named June, right? June is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He's doing time too. But June, this guy was I'm talking about like, he was one of the fastest cookers. He was an oven cooker, meaning when we down there cooking the bread, right, our supervisor, shout out to John. John used to let us cook our own food, right? John, what was John's last name? John was Polish. I forget his last name. But John was just, if he liked you, he was cool. If he didn't, he was a dick. Okay. But John, he only liked people that was hard workers. So we're coming to get our work done. So one day I'm in there, and I go in this little room behind the oven. It was a room on the side. And I see June in there. I just see flour going in there. I'm like, what the fuck is June doing? June knew how to take fish, regular fish, batter it up real quick, and he used to oven fry everything. Okay. Because we didn't have no deep fry. Right, so had a pan. I mean, it'd be just like this. Say you take some fish, you got your egg, right? You got your egg yolk, bang. You dip it in the egg, dip it in the flour. Yeah, brother. Listen, but after he dip it in the flour, he'd dip it in some grease, some oil. Okay. Boom, lay it on the sheet pan. We used to have grease sheet pans.
Sure, and then blast it in the oven.
Man, the greatest fish. I'm talking about he in there, he doing macaroni and cheese in there, doing fried rice. He was just a monster. So I'm like, damn, what I need to do to get down? Right. Because this is like a gold mine because we take it back to the block and we sell it for packs of cigarettes. So I'm sitting here, I'm like June. I'm like, how can he like, man, all right, bet, this is what I need you to do. Help me with this. When I'm going back here, you take the workload over because you fast with doing this. I'll be back here prepping everything. And I mean, all right, cool. So now we making platters. Fried rice, some macaroni and cheese, or some sweet potato fluff with some fried fish or some fried chicken, whatever. So we getting these back to the block, you know what I mean? So people buying them. So now I'm learning how to cook in the oven. Because before then I really wasn't knowing how to cook, but I turned into an oven cook. So now when I come into the book Cooked, because the book is called Cooked by Jeff Henderson, I read it. Once I read it, and this dude went home, Jeff Henderson, I read the book, how he did it in prison, became a cook in prison, went home, became a chef in Vegas. Okay. He's on the Oprah Winfrey show. He's everywhere. This dude was everywhere, black guy. Went from selling drugs, being a big time kingpin, going to prison, becoming a chef, coming home. And he's a great speaker too. So I'm reading this book. I'm like, damn, I wouldn't mind being a chef, like really, because now I'm already liking food. I'm realizing most of this food game is about preparation. Right. And I realized that because at the same time, I read the book, but at the same time, I'm watching my favorite guy every day, Anthony Bourdain, travel the world, eat some of the greatest food. But what I'm realizing is that majority of people don't have an international or an international palate. Right. A lot of people just like the regular food. Give me some pizza, give me some spaghetti, give me some burgers. They don't care as long as it's good, something. And then, or if it's popular, or it's a boutique, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, damn, I want to become a cook, but I had to get transferred out of this prison to another prison because they had the culinary school there. So I say, okay, cool.
Get out of here. So there was a culinary institute, culinary classes, culinary
in prison.
Inside of prison.
In prison, yeah. But it was two different prisons. Like the one was close to Philly called Greatest Force. So I go to my counselor. I say, listen, check this book out. I read this book. I want to go to culinary school. He check it out. He read it. He like, damn, that's a hell of a story. Yeah. He said, I'm going to put you in to go to culinary school to transfer, promotional transfer. It's promotional because you're going for educational reasons. Sure. I wound up getting transferred. Once I get transferred, I go down there, I run into our teacher is a chef named Steve Daly from South Philly. He was a chef in the Navy though. He was an instructor and chef in the Navy. So he like, listen, I'm going to teach this to you straight up. So the way he's teaching us the game, he like, all this stuff is simple. You know what I mean? They say, how many of y'all like red velvet? We raised our hand in the class. He said, this is red velvet. He put some food color on the red food color on the drink. That's all real velvet is.
Yeah.
He said, as he mixing the dough, drop, that's red velvet.
Yeah.
So he's teaching us the science of, he's teaching us all these shortcuts to cooking, to baking. He like, this is simple as this. You want to make, this is how you can make this 10 different rices. It could go from being Mexican rice, it could be this rice, it could be jalap rice, but it's all rice. Right. Just get your rice cooked first.
It's your base, and then you can go to a bunch of different directions.
Everything is about the seasonings.
Right.
He said nothing is more important than the season. So I'll never forget, he said something. It was him or somebody in the class like, y'all want some sweet potato pie? We said, yeah. You got to taste everybody eating the sweet potato pie. We like, this good. He was like, no, that ain't nothing but carrots.
That he dummied up.
They carrots, but the seasoning made
warm
the sweet
spices,
potato pies.
yes, and all that.
The nutmeg, all this old spice, it made it. So he was just teaching us the science of seasoning and manipulation. Because you like, a lot of people go to these restaurants today, and you think you eating something, but it's really something else, but you can't really tell based upon they know how to decorate it with seasoning and know how to really give it to us. So I'm like, damn, so now I'm down there, I'm in the cooking school. So I went from graduating from there to working in the kitchen down there. And I had a homeboy that was my partner named Psycho. This dude name was Psycho, but Psycho was an industrial cook. Psycho was like talking about, you gotta think about it. Once I got with Psycho, we cooking for 5,000 people a night. We making a night meal, 5,000.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but then how do you go from cooking meals for 5,000 people at a time to all of a sudden being a little peckish at midnight and making something just for yourself? Like, aren't you programmed to make nothing that's not 5 gallons?
No.
You know what I mean?
See, I'm programmed, but I'm also, as we doing that for the population, we're also making our stuff on the side.
Okay.
Because the way we making it, we talking about.
But the shit that you're giving to the population, I don't mean to mean shit in a like a denigrating way, but are you consistently eating better than everything else that you're putting out into the commissary for people?
No. See, to the population.
Population, yes.
What we putting out to the population is strong because me and Psycho, we understand measurements, we understand, so it's still a good product. And the supervisor that we had, he was a cook, so he would taste it. This wasn't no bullshit product. So if we make a spaghetti, we'd be like, damn, okay. The product gonna be good. We know how many onion powder, garlic powder, this gotta go in there, oregano. We got our cans, we got 10 cans. We know all that, the ground beef, we understanding all that. How many, I'm talking about, we're literally taking, you know, the trash can, the gray trash can that you get from Home Depot? We're literally taking trash cans of spaghetti noodles and dump, that's because we had these big industrial kettles.
Right.
Got the water bubble, the oil. We literally taking that and we got paddles that,
like you're rowing a boat.
Yeah, I'm bringing it in. Like I push it to the back and pull it. So we mixing it, you know what I mean? We mixing the food like that. So, but it's like, it was quality product. And we cooking like we cooking for, I'm talking about chili, whatever it is, we cooking for a bunch of people. And sometimes it might just be chicken day. And chicken day, we cooking like 5,000. We might gotta cook like 8,000 pieces of chicken for the chicken that's gonna get stole, the chicken that the staff members gotta eat, the chicken that, so it's like, the whole process of it is like, once you can learn how to do this, everything else is easy, small.
It's unbelievable that I started this conversation. And when I have conversations with people who aren't necessarily in the industry, I got to pull it towards food. As soon as I mentioned it to you, you just went on a whole fucking thing about food right away.
Important to me.
Because I think it's important to everyone. And sometimes it's not as easy to unlock. And with what you just told me, brings up a shitload of questions that I didn't have before. The first one being, prison food gets a bad rap. Like, it's that traditional grab your metal tray, bring it up, and somebody splorks like some gray shit on it, and you go down, then you sit down kind of hovered so nobody touches your bread on like a concrete table in a fucking jumpsuit. It never looks good. But from your experience, and you did 20 years in, right? How do you rate it? Was the food as bad as what I see in the movies, as what I see on TV, from what I see people complain about? I know when you go to the Tombs in New York, if they put you in the Tombs overnight, you get that bologna sandwich, a couple on the
That's
things.
like standard. Like
it's always like terrible type stuff. But was your experience, and again, that's 2 decades where you're eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the same fucking restaurant for all intents and purposes. How good was it?
No, see, this is what you got to understand about prison. The thing about prison is prison is sort of like, not saying it's like a college. It's like you got different fraternities in there. Mm-hmm. Based on where you're coming, wherever you're in the Fed, state, if you're in a gang or not, all types of things. At the end of the day, it's a universal understanding in prison that everybody here gotta be here. So we gotta make this the best for ourselves. Black, white, green, red. The block, let's make sure the block clean because we gotta live here. The food, let's make it the best, highest quality that we can. So we gotta make sure the guys that's cooking it is some guys that's trustworthy and gonna give up a good product. So a lot of times, what I learned is that 99, I'm gonna say 87% of the stuff that you see on TV about prison is not real.
Okay, good.
Because it's like...
So I watch a lot of Oz.
Yeah, you know, Oz was Anabisi.
Anabisi scared the shit out of me. I paid all my parking tickets when I saw that.
We in prison watching Anabisi at the time because, you know, we had HBO then.
Yeah.
In the prison I was in. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that.
Not bad.
But so we watching that, laughing at it because like he would have got fucked. You can't just... One dude is not going to just take over a whole prison. That's not going to happen. So, but it's like, you got to think about it. Everybody in there doing time. And if you could see, like for me being in prison, if you see how everybody intertwine and connect for business, wherever you running a sports betting ticket, like the first time I ever seen sport betting is when I was in prison. Okay. I'm talking about, we used to have like, you know, not to go off topic, like sports betting in prison was so lucrative because in prison, or it'd be like this. For a pack of cigarettes, you could win 10 or whatever, based on how many you play. If you pick 4, parlay. It wasn't no pick one. You couldn't pick one.
So parlay.
So all this stuff is like new. All this apps and all that shit is new. So say for instance, you'll have a legal paper. You know how you have the legal long paper?
Yeah.
But it'll be a ticket. So you might be, so say me and you start a ticket in prison. Me and you will start a ticket in prison and we might start with like 25 cartons of cigarettes. Because if a person hit for 1 pack, we got to pay him. Now, we got to pay him, a carton. Now, the reason we doing it because we might have a bank on the street. Your sister or my sister might be holding some money for us. So if somebody do hit, we can send them a money order. Okay. If they hit for so much, so we keep our cigarettes. Right. So now we got cigarettes and we got kite. Kite is like the stuff you roll. It used to cost like 70 cents. Pack of Newports was costing. When I went to prison, pack of Newports was like $1 something. By the time I left, it was like 10 something. Yeah. But whatever. Newports, Marlboros, whatever. Sure. So when we got these tickets, the tickets was unbelievable because the tickets was a little different in here because if you got the bookies, because it'd be like 5 to 10 different tickets across the prison. Okay. Some people, you know, they bet based off of who tickets is. Some people had small tickets. Some people had kite tickets. Some people had food tickets. So it might be a chip ticket. Whereas you win 10 bags of chips or whatever the amount of money, tuna, whatever, soap, whatever. So prime example, you'll have a ticket. It'll be like, all right, it'll have the early bird, say it'll come out Monday. Dudes running around giving out the tickets. So when they come out, it'll have college and NFL on there. The shit be long like this. Right. I'm talking about it'll be long. Nothing was more important back then.
Then you're just circling.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, nothing was more important back then than that ESPN timeline at the bottom.
Oh, the ticker.
Because you sit there all day sweating your ticket. You sweat because it's games you ain't gonna see.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
So you
stay up late for the Hawaii game.
You sweating your ticket like, shit. I gotta, you know what I mean? So you got that in jail for pastime, and that was major. Right. But I'm talking about, we talking about 90s, man. This was in the 90s. Right. Tickets always been. So when it came out, I was telling dudes, yo, man, that was in jail. Like when I see all the bettings and all that, I'm like, yo, they been doing that shit in jail. They been had bookies.
You think it's worse since you got out? Jail in general? Do you still talk to anybody who's inside? No. Do you think the conditions? Because you're giving it a pretty positive spin, which I like. Or at least you're saying, hey, listen, we're stuck in here and we got to eat. So there's got to be some degree of respect around that. But there is still a lot of bad
everybody.
stuff.
You got a lot of people that like in prison. One thing I learned more than people know. There's a lot of accountable people in prison. Okay. When I say accountable people is like, you ever see the movie Heat?
Yeah, of course. Love it.
Listen, one of my favorite movies. But you ever see how, Robert De Niro and his whole crew, They was just like, we was in the joint. We did our crimes, so we do the time.
Right.
If we get locked up, we go do some time.
Right.
So you got a lot of people in prison, right? But people will know, they're like, fuck it, I'm doing my time. So, and then you got some people that's institutionalized or professional criminals. When I say professional, people just been criminals their whole life. So they just like, I'm doing my time. I was at that phase because I was getting incarcerated young to where as though when I go to prison, it's like, it ain't like, I'm like, damn, I gotta go sit down and do some time. And when you get locked up so young, you start to normalize it like it's just normal. So the threat ain't there that strong.
When did you decide? I remember I had spoke to Bernard Hopkins once, and we went on when he was in jail. They had put the guy who killed his brother in jail.
Oh yeah.
And then they set him up to fail. They set him up to go and kill the man who killed his brother, and he didn't. And he wound up going into solitary, and he had made that vow then because the warden had said, "I'll see you next year." On his way out, he's like, "You're never going to fucking see me again." At what point, when you're doing that long of a stretch, you're like, "I'm never coming back here," as opposed to being like, "I'm a career guy. I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do my time."
The point hit when you just be like, when I start realizing that I was smart.
Okay.
And when I was able to be acknowledge that the reason I really got in prison because I was a follower. It wasn't that I was really a criminal. I just wanted to be down with an idea that I thought was cool. You know, and you know, if you look at it, like think about this. In America always champion and celebrate the successful criminal.
Yes.
The mob movies, Tony Soprano, Al Pacino, like everything we see.
I love it. Everybody
loved the successful criminal. And I always believed as a kid growing up, I said, they the only guys that get respected. If you a successful criminal, you know what I mean, you Lars from down South Philly, you're making moves and whatever. And then you got then you got Mike that go to work every day, he's a plumber. People gonna give you more respect than him. So I wanted to be you. I wanted to be somebody that I thought, you know, because it's about damn, if you could find some way to steal the American dream and get away with it, these people gonna love you.
Yeah.
And it's celebrated so much. We unconsciously celebrate the criminal and put them on a pedestal because I remember one time I was talking to, we was talking about community communication with law enforcement. So I had like a bunch of lieutenants and sergeants and captains in the room. And I'm like, and I play this mind game on them. I'm like, we talking, and I said, damn, yo, what is y'all, raise your hand if Godfather your favorite movie. Raise your hand if Scarface your favorite. Most of the whole room raised it. And I said, wow, you notice that the people that pose to protect and serve is fascinated by the criminal. Police even respect somebody that's
celebrities.
You know what I mean? So, so what happened is, you know, you get to this phase where I said I wanted to be that. But then I realized, I'm smarter than this because I started seeing that the things that I was attracted to, cooking, Anthony Bourdain, he's showing me the world. Because Anthony, I call him Ant, what he did for me was open me up and introduce me to the world by watching all the shows, Parts Unknown, No Reservations, The Layover. I'm like, this guy having a fucking time.
Right.
He running around, ain't bothered, his t-shirt on, his jeans, drinking his coffee, smoking his cigarettes, and having the greatest conversations over the greatest food in the world.
With the best people we've ever met.
The best people we've ever met. And these people is not famous, none of that. They just everyday people that's living life, talking about food, talking about experiencing different things, and he tapped in. So I said, hold up. My mind started saying my taste was different and it wasn't the same taste as the criminal mindset. I realized that more was waiting for me out there. I realized that more was available. All I had to do was tighten up, get focused, and live a regular life.
How come you don't own a restaurant? Is that something you would ever do?
No.
Wait, I'm gonna move back. So for people who aren't familiar too much with Wallo, because I don't know what our cross thing is. Wallo, if you're out with him, and I've been lucky enough to be out with him at a bunch of different events, he's like the Black Dr. Phil. Like we had some shit going on in the crowd. You didn't go up there to break up a fight. You went up there and been like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, what
you know
doing?
What I mean? Like it's always like, there's a certain degree of self-betterment involved with just about everything you do. And it's not bullshit.
No.
It's not somebody who's doing it to sell a book or doing anything like that. So I've always admired that about you. And I spoke to you about it before. I think that particularly to your experience, people listen to you. Like, because people know that it's not some guy who's reading it from a book or a fucking pamphlet. Like, you lived it. So I could see you doing something where you open up a restaurant sort of for guys who are in your spot. Like, to me, it just fucking makes sense.
Yo, you know what I always think about?
Except for the fact that your tuna is disgusting.
No, you never tasted it.
I'm about to, and I don't
you're gonna be like,
you know what I mean?
You're gonna be like, you gotta open up a bagel / a boutique sandwich shop. That's what I'm gonna say. Because now it's like when you open up stuff, for it to really catch, it's got to be boutique. It can't be like everybody. You got to open up a shop to where as though you say, I only make 100 sandwiches a day, and they love it. Oh my god, it's exclusive.
Yeah. They want to wait online for a half hour. Yeah.
I'm gonna wait online for a half hour. But I thought about that. I had created one when I was in jail called Wallo Seafood and Waffles. You remember Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles? So I said Wallo's had the logo. I had everything done. Right?
Really?
No, I really had to
Wallo Seafood and Waffles.
Yeah,
Waffles.
I had a logo and everything done. I don't know where it's at, but I'm gonna show you. But the whole thing was like, I believe in straight to the point. I don't believe in long menus. I don't like if you want to make something where you can scale and you can really get a staff that you can take care of. Because the way I look at a restaurant, I look at something that's straight to the point. It don't got to be big. It can either be takeout or you can have a little spot where people can sit and whatever. But I'm big on, how do you have a spot to where as though I got an unbelievable cleaning team?
Yes.
Because when you come in my thing, I don't want you to see no dirt nowhere. Yeah. I want to clean and I want it small enough to where it's dope. So I got to think about, how do I do that? How do I get a good team that I could trust, that could run it, that could continuously produce this recipe or have consistency in the food? Because I will go crazy the fact that somebody will come here and be like, it don't taste like it tastes.
Are you a perfectionist?
I'm not a perfectionist, but I just like consistency to some sort. It don't have to be the greatest level of consistency, but it's like, if this is how we flour this fish or whatever, keep it that way.
Right.
Because I don't want because the customer is always right in my world.
I can tell you that I relate, because if I come to a restaurant and they hand me the menu and it's 30 pages,
I'm not doing it.
I don't see how somebody could make a shrimp fra diablo the same time I just want pancake and eggs and want a good like 30 pages. It's not one of those things. Like, if I was to open up a sandwich shop, which is something I was thinking about doing, 5 that I know I make as good as anybody with a rotating 6 special. Like, you know what I mean? And again, I think that's part of the allure. I can't get it done my way. It's almost like that soup Nazi guy from Seinfeld. Yeah. No soup for you. You get it like this. I think there is a draw to that.
There's a draw because
very good with it.
Everybody like what they can't have.
Yeah.
So now,
will it be Wallo and Large's Seafood and Waffles?
Listen, it might be that. It might be that, or it might be a delicatessen.
Little deli.
Listen, I like delicatessens because the sandwich is never going to play out. A good sandwich, listen, if you could produce a good sandwich that when you cut it on the side and you see it and it's in that tray and listen, I'm talking about some only thing you sell is 5 sandwiches, deli sandwiches. You have like 2 versions of bread they can pick. That's it.
Sure.
2 versions of bread. You have this, either you're going to give them the options to put sides on there, or whatever the stuff you want, whether it's relish, whether it's onions, whatever they want. You only have a couple things, like 5 things of that. You're not getting the cheese, and you probably go corned beef, turkey, tuna.
You always got to throw tuna in.
Yeah, tuna got to go in there.
Tuna's your go-to.
Tuna got to go in there.
Okay.
And you might a vegetarian option, but you're only going to give them 5 sandwiches, right, Large? And you're going to have 3 flavors of one brand chips. Whatever that brand of chip is cool. I would prefer to say, you know what, whatever the brand of the store is, we're going to get that brand of chip because that taste they only can get here.
I'm going to interrupt you because I have something that I want to ask you for a long time.
Go ahead.
When I had the radio show, we had a prison guard who used to listen to us religiously. Mm-hmm. So he sent me a care package with everything that they serve in the prison commissary or something.
Oh my God.
He gave me one of the greatest chips I've ever had in my fucking life. It's called Shebang. The fucking thing.
No.
The whole shebang.
No. Let me tell you something about the whole shebang.
Please don't fucking interrupt me. I'm
sorry.
talking about it. I feel good about it too. Why has it always got to be the Wallo show?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You just gave me a flashback. You took me back to jail. I had no fucking,
everything he gave me was okay. And you're right. He gave me a bunch of the bags of tuna, not cans. Yeah. Because obviously that can be, dangerous to have sharpened edges and shit around. But these things, they were called fully dressed. Everything was on them. And they were almost overwhelming. You wanted them with a plain sandwich, and it made the sandwich better. I've never seen it outside of prison. I'm not that I've been to a lot of prison. Yeah. I've never seen it out there. Do you have a hook for me with that? Because I would sell those shits tomorrow.
Listen, you can find them. You just got to go online. But them chips,
Did you have them when you were in?
Yeah, they had them on commissary.
Is it a fucking prison chip?
That's a prison chip. That's like a chip that's everywhere in prison.
I'm telling you right now, the name of the show is you got to try this right off the bat. I'm not saying that you got to try any of the tuna that we're about to put down.
You gonna try
Whole
that.
shebang's the shit that you got to do.
Whole shebangs is everything. But I just think if you want to do the restaurant, that bottle of water, maybe 3 different drink flavors, and that's it.
Can I recommend a drink flavor?
Yeah.
Pepsi makes everything taste better.
Let me taste that Pepsi first.
I don't care if you're going into the commissary. I don't care what you're doing. If you just have a little, it makes flavors pop. And you know what else I think? I think good food deserves Pepsi. It's one of, oh, damn. Right?
You know what's crazy? You know what's so crazy?
Go. Bubbles got you.
This was my mom's favorite drink as a kid. I don't care what I do. I better not touch her Pepsi.
Really?
I better not touch her Pepsi.
Same thing in my house.
If I touch her Pepsi, man, like that logo, I'm not even gonna lie, that logo probably got me in trouble a couple times. This y'all, because I took some sips, man.
Right.
Crack a Pepsi, because this is what she'd tell me. Yeah, pour me some Pepsi. So I, had a bottle, I'm at on the can, I go and pour some. But what I do is, there's no BS.
Go.
Ice is like the fill up. So I put more ice in there and then drink the rest of her soda.
Right.
And so after a while, she'd be like, hold up, don't put a lot of ice in my soda.
Right.
I'm like, all right, because she didn't play about her Pepsis. And I was like, so this is a memory.
Whenever I see it in a bodega or a deli, I automatically grab it. Whenever it's on a menu at a restaurant, I grab it too. Yeah, I'm going to have to grab one out of the fridge if you can. So my point is, Pepsi, I think it makes flavors pop, enhances the flavors of food, and good food deserves Pepsi. And if you're going to steal from your mom, the only thing that I recommend you do is just steal a couple of Pepsi an ounce at a time.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, why wouldn't we?
All you need. These is just everything.
Back to the whole prison thing. If you're not working in a commissary, if you're not working in the kitchen, I keep calling it a commissary, I apologize. If you're not working in the kitchen, can you then run me through what a day would look like eating when you're in prison, doing a long stretch? Not like a bullshit thing with the bologna sandwich.
Oh, no.
Is it one of those things where you can get up there and get an omelet made?
No, you can't do that. Unless you work in the kitchen, you can make it.
Right, so for regular guy, just regular Gen Pop.
No, you just had 3 meals. Usually they be hearty. It depends on everything depends on what prison you want.
Okay.
Because some prison in different states get pre-prep meals. So they just heat them up and give them to you.
Yeah.
And then some prisons where it's though the guys is really in the back making it. Mm-hmm. So it's different, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, you can't just lock it in because every prison do something different.
When you were a kid, go back to your childhood, how well did you eat? Like, what was one of those things where you have as big of a palate as you do now? How good of a cook were your parents?
My mom and grandma was good. So I always ate like...
traditional food though? Or did they do like ethnic shit?
No, it was regular food,
Okay.
Just everyday food, whether spaghetti, a burger, some, it depends on. But when I was a kid, you know what I loved though? My grandma used to make me? I used to get cream of wheat.
Okay.
And she used to make me scrapple.
I love scrapple.
Yo, listen.
People who don't know what scrapple is.
It's a bunch of...
I can't even tell you what's in it. So I think down in North Carolina, they call it liver mush. Up here in and around Philly, they call it scrapple. It's like a hash, lips and assholes, whatever the hell they put in it, I don't care. Then they fry it up. And if you get it near Cincinnati, it's called like Geta. It's made with a little bit more pig heart in it. But scrapple is a breakfast meat amalgamation that they fry up. They put on toast. Some people put a little jelly on it. So you have the savory and the sweet. Scrapple's the shit, man.
And they got pork, they got beef, they got turkey scrapple. And it's something about the seasonings that... Yes. The seasoning and whatever type of scrapple that you taste is the same. What is that seasoning?
I don't know.
It's like, you know how, to try to get y'all to understand, you know how when you eat Salisbury steak and all the Salisbury steak got the little red peppers, the seasoning? Sure. That's how scrapple is. And you got to get it nice and crispy and burnt. And you slice it. And you make however big a slice you want. Because it's like a pack that come like this.
Yeah, it gets sold in like a loaf that they whack off, that they kind of slice off onto you. Nobody makes their own. Yeah. That's the reason why I don't know what the...
they say it's
I don't want to know what's in there, to be quite honest with you.
Everything.
But what it is it's fucking delicious.
Yeah, they just whip it together.
Do you eat it with sweet or do you eat it just with savory? Some people put a little salt, pepper, hot sauce.
No. I used to eat it with my, I used to be real crispy as a kid. and I used to eat it with my cream of wheat.
Oh, with the cream of wheat, that's
on the side, I'd be eating the cream of wheat to eat that little, you know what I mean? So to go back and forth, it was just everything.
When did you grow up? Where did you grow up?
I grew up here in Philadelphia, right down near Temple Hospital, between Temple Hospital, Temple University.
Okay. I was talking to these guys beforehand. They were saying, what's the best food city in the world? And I said, I had Andrew Zimmern on, who's a good friend of Tony Bourdain.
And, oh my God,
So I did 3 hours with Zimmern.
Zimmerman's a beast.
So I'm going to ask you a question early. I'm going to ask you one of the questions early because I was this impressed. I ask everyone, don't answer it yet. I ask everybody, what's one meal you wish you can get back? I'd said to Zimmern. This is 3 hours into the conversation I have with him. I said, maybe the restaurant's not there. Maybe the person who made it for you is no longer with us. Or maybe your palate has just developed to where you don't want to have it anymore. My mom made me a thermos of tea when I was a kid. I was going fishing with my dad. I had to be 7. I've had 2 million cups of tea since then. I'll never get that back to where my mom put in that stupid thermos. My mom's still with us. So Zimmern says to me, and again, he's him and Tony or something like that. He's in Samoa and he has a giant scallop. And that's the meal he wished he could get back. And I said to him, that's really not that. You can get that.
Scallop.
He's like, I'm not finished. It's a giant scallop. So it's the size of a Volkswagen. This tribe harvests a couple of them a year, sells all of them to Japanese fishermen except for this one. And this one they do as a yearly feast with just the tribe. I was like, that's very cool. But again, you could probably do it again. You're Andrew Zimmern. He's like, I'm not done. That giant scallop is extinct. So it's a meal I'll never get back because the animal itself is no longer around. I was like, oh, okay, I understand. He's like, I'm not done. The tsunami hit Samoa on that side of the island. Everybody who served him that meal is dead. And I was like, holy shit, that's a meal he's never going to get back. Damn. It's an extinct food with a thing. And then I think about like Bourdain, like you're saying, even now that we have some money in our pockets and the ability to travel, the experience that these guys had with no reservations and bizarre foods and stuff, I wish I dedicated my life to it when I was 15. I wish I was with Anthony in a little rickshaw going through ripping butts and just pounding beers and eating pho off a fucking hubcap. Like, to me, that turns me the hell on. You know what I mean? I can kind of see that passion a little bit with you.
That is like, listen, my whole goal of getting out was, I said, as soon as I get out and get my stuff, I'm going to run in the ant. But he died when I was in jail. Because this was my guy. He exposed me to life.
Yeah.
And I never got to meet him. But if I had to say one meal,
you wish you can get back. Don't ask. I'm gonna ask you that at the end, so you have some time to think about it. What about drinks in prison? I know you're not an alcoholic. You don't drink or smoke, right?
I don't drink or smoke. Never did it in my life.
Talk to me about the booze in prison, because I've always been fascinated with Pruno. It's like that homemade type of hooch shit.
The whole thing is this.
Did you drink that in prison at all, or were you never a drinker?
I never drinker.
Okay.
Easy to make. You need yeast.
Oh, no.
Or you get to put bread in it.
Okay.
You get the bread, they make it of the yeast. I seen some people make it here and there, but I never drunk it.
Uh-huh.
But the shit ain't no joke.
What about the Chi-Chis?
Oh, Chi-Chi. I'm a legend of that. You got levels. All right, so you got the Chi-Chi, then you got the
people who don't know, Chi-Chi is sort of like a ramen
noodles,
meal.
rice,
they put everything in it.
Peppers, onions, like some cheese and cheese curls.
Cheese. Yeah.
Or cheese curls, whatever. Okay. Me, that was cool, but I was on a different level. No, we did pots. A pot is, whereas though I got a stinger in my cell. A stinger is, basically a extension cord. You chop the extension cord, get 2 plates, put the ice cream sickles between it, the wood ice cream joints tied up, drop it in the water. So it's plugged up from the socket, from what's the name, the wall. It's in the pot, like in the water, like in a foot tub.
Okay.
Like a foot tub. We doing everything from making bagels and, pots. A pot is this. It's the same thing as like some of the things that are Chi-Chi, but when it come out, it look like Chinese food. Peppers, onions, yellowfin, mackerel, smoked herring, smoked clams. It's all in there. Peppers, onions, because all this stuff on commissary. So when you get it, you go in your bowl, you're like, whoa, it look like some, it look beautiful because you see peppers and onions, but it's like, you see the color of it. I'm using paprika, onion powder. So when you see it, it's just dark. You like, damn. And then the flavor, because when you crack up all the noodles in a bag, it's like a bag. Don't you know how you got the small trash bags for the small little office trash cans?
Yeah.
So we use them or a little bigger one, like for the longer ones. So we get them from like counselor's office or whatever, and we got them. So I had like 2 bags, right? I cracked the noodles in there, put the soup in there. I put the rice in there.
Dry noodles, dry
rice.
Okay.
So I got the dry noodles, dry rice. Chop up my peppers and onions, right? Boom, drop them in there.
Right.
I got my peppers and onions. Then I put my seasoning there: garlic powder, black pepper, some of the seasoning from the soups, chili soups. Bang. But what really activated, when you open up a mackerel, or when you open up a smoked herring or a yellowfin tuna, and you pour it in there and that juice hit that, all that stuff, the juice, juice, it start to move, it start to break dance in there. So now you got that, and then you add some hot water, a little bit of hot water, right? And shake it up. You shake it up a little bit just so everything get moist. Once it get nice and moist, not super moist, but it get moist, you shake it up. So it'll be like this big, right? But when you put it in the water, tie it up, put it in the water, just let it sit. And you put you'll have a towel on the bottom of the foot tub, and then you take it, you put it in the water, and then you put the towel over that thing, suffocate it, leave it there for like a half an hour.
So you throw it in almost like a sous vide, you cover it up with a towel essentially,
so
right?
The heat,
until that rice and that noodles cooks.
Man, listen.
And when you open that up and the smoked mackerel, paprika, onion powder, garlic,
smell like the fucking...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In a good way?
Yes, in a good way. It lights it up. It's
even now that you're out and you eat at the finest fucking restaurants in the world. I've seen you. You eat at some of the best places in the world. You're still telling me about this stuff. It does not appeal to me because I haven't been there and I haven't had that struggle where you haven't had it necessarily. You're not past that shit where you look at that and you're like, never fucking again?
No, because if I made this for anybody and they see me make it, the preparation of me making it, and they eat that, they won't believe it. They'd be like, this is, because just imagine having a fried rice with mackerel, smoked clams, smoked herring, yellowfin, that flavor with the peppers and the onions. I'm telling you.
Did you make it better than other people in the block?
No, you had different people, man, because you could listen. And
how was your skills, chef skills compared to a lot of people in prison with you?
Man, I'm gonna say I was about like 7.
Okay.
On the chef, because it was good. Because let me tell you something. You got dudes making some serious stuff in there. I remember it was this dude named Killer Tran. Rest in peace to him. He wound up dying.
Okay.
A short little Asian guy, right?
What was his name?
Killer Tran. That's what they call him.
Killer Tran.
This guy was a short Asian dude. He was one of the funny things that Killer Tran did is Killer Tran trying to escape the prison.
Okay.
So he mailed himself out in a Foot Locker. Okay. He tried to mail himself out in a Foot Locker, but they caught him and all that. But he's smart. But so one day they was like, "Yo, man, Killer Tran cooking in the cell." He took a foot tub. This is what he did. He took a foot tub.
The fuck's a foot tub?
Like you put your feet. Okay. Yeah, like you put your feet like this. Yeah. He took a foot tub, did like this. He took a foot tub, let it go for a while. Where the water is hot, piping hot. What he did was he took a chip bag, a big chip bag, because we get the big chips. He opened the chip bag, laid it over the foot tub, put the rubber bands around it, tied it up. I think he tied it up with a string, so it'd be this.
Oh shit!
So it'd be just like it'd be just
concave things.
Yeah, it was straight across, so it could be just like a grill. He did that, man. Listen, he put that right across there. That water was hitting it, so he put that butter on there. Start making fried rice right on that joint.
Really?
It was a beast.
So there's something that fascinates me too. It's like necessity is the mother of invention. You guys are stuck in a prison with very limited stuff. So you're telling me that you made a heating element out of a broken extension cord and some fucking popsicle sticks. Mm-hmm. Then Killer Tran, who tried to mail himself out of prison, which I like to think about that a lot now, put on top of boiling water some sort of almost like a makeshift wok, right? Yeah. I mean, for all intents and purposes. Mm-hmm. Don't you think that that's made you a better person, that you can make something out of nothing now more so than when you first went into prison? Don't you think that way?
No, it is. But what I realized is that...
Don't you waste less now?
Yes. But when I went to prison, I ran into so many different MacGyvers.
That's what I'm hearing. MacGyvers.
You got to think about it. MacGyver. Yo, why didn't I got... These people don't even know who MacGyver is. They need to be playing. Do they play the reruns of MacGyver?
I don't think so.
He was
he's a fucking legend.
MacGyver.
He make a fucking rappel off a building.
He was a survivalist.
Yeah.
People need to really go watch him to understand. Like, but
give him some dental floss and a fucking toothpick, and you're fine.
He can make a bomb, whatever.
Yeah.
So you got to think about it. You will figure out how to do something. I'm talking. I seen some of the greatest painters, some of the greatest athletes in prison. Like you be like some of the greatest chess players. I'm talking about one of the first times I seen somebody in the yard. This older dude, he was in the yard playing 5 people at chess at once, and knocking them all off. And after they lose, new people just come and stand there, and he just all yard for 2 hours. Like listen, I'm talking about like you had some of all type of people in there. And you know what was crazy that's going to shock you? Some of the most homicidal, murderous people were some of the nicest people in prison.
Okay. So they became friends of yours even though you knew they did absolutely
No, I'm not even talking about
outside.
Friends of mine, you might work with them in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
So you'd be like, damn, this guy respectable. You will see a dude, he was like,
but then you wind up his rap sheet, he like killed 17
his rap, some crazy shit. And you'd be like, and it needs to be people that you only, damn, they over there reading Shakespeare and all this stuff. Like, it'd just be like some real life movie shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's fascinating. I don't know what it does. Like, and I think from your point, we glorify it in all movies and shit like that.
We do.
So I'm always wondering, like, is there a meal in prison that you didn't cook? If you just went down to the dining hall that you look forward to every week? Was there a Salisbury steak that knocked your eye out in prison that you were like, oh man,
I stopped eating meat in prison in 1997 because I had some spaghetti and the meat wasn't always cooking there. I was in Camp Hill. I threw up. Then I had some chicken and it was bleeding. I said, I'm done with this because I thought it was like inferior. The people wasn't, different prison preparate food. So I stopped dealing with meat ever since 97. So it wasn't really that. The thing that I liked in there was like when they have fish day. The fish, if they cook it right and it's crispy, and the pizza, if they cook it right and it's close.
Prison pizza.
Yeah, like me, they had like the Ilios type style.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm one of them guys I'm a guy that when I'm in a restaurant, I tell them, listen, I tip the waiter, but listen, I want my stuff close to burnt. If not, I like my stuff I'm a well-done warrior. All my stuff, my fish, burn it up.
Even now that you've had like the finest meats in the world, so you don't have to be worried about the bloody chicken.
Yeah, I don't even mess with that. I don't even mess with seafood. So it'd be like, but if I get something, I'm like, yo, I want it well done.
Really?
I want my stuff close, crispy, like close to, even if I bake stuff, I like to bake it well done.
Make it a little bit, okay.
Ooh,
almost dry a little bit.
Almost, no moisture.
But, so then you have a finicky palate. There's a lot of stuff you won't try. Is that correct? Yeah. Like if I was to come and take you to a Thai restaurant tomorrow, you wouldn't be like, just order for the table large.
No.
You wouldn't be part of it.
I want some rice. I'm a rice warrior too. I love rice.
Okay.
I love any fried rice. I just love rice, but I don't.
By the way, the merch fucking things. Like he's a rice warrior. I'd wear that fucking. If Gilly was up there like this and Wallo was behind him with it, I'd wear rice warrior in a fucking heartbeat.
I love rice. I love rice because it's like this. Rice is just like you can't really fuck that up. I like rice and I like noodles, and I like I love a good mashed potato and a gravy. Come on. Oh, I'm gonna tell you this. Do you want to know my meal that I can't have?
I want it all.
The meal that I can't have no more is from around the corner, right? Let me tell you.
Oh, you're answering this question. The meal that you can never get back.
I can never get back. There's a place around the corner from here called Jerry's.
Okay.
So I go to this place one night. It's a little bar, restaurant joint. I go there. I look at what's the name of the menu? They like, hold up. They got the vegan option. Listen, it's crazy because I just was telling Dez about this the other day when I was driving.
Shout out Dez.
They had this vegan meatloaf, right?
Uh-huh.
With mashed potatoes and gravy.
Right.
It was mashed potatoes, gravy, and I think asparagus, right? I might have came near in that month, I probably hit that joint like 7 times. This meatloaf was well done. The gravy was just great. And the way they would just it'd be like the way they poured the gravy like over the mashed potatoes in the meatloaf. It was like, this was amazing.
Right.
And I was never really a meatloaf guy, but I said, let me try this. But the flavor that was in it, and every time I came back, it was consistent, but they discontinued that years ago.
Oh, so you're not getting it back?
No. But you know what? I'm gonna go there this week and see if they got it again.
The whole vegetarian thing, vegan thing. Are you a strict vegan?
Not vegan. It's
like, yeah, but you'll try it.
It's pescatarian.
Okay, pescatarian. Did that start in prison or was it beforehand?
Because when I had the bad food, it was prison.
Right. And then you could always kind of get tuna.
I get tuna, seafood. I go, and then just working. Listen, I'm one of them guys where it's though, I don't have to have meat. If you know how to season some good vegetables, give me some rice or something, I'm cool.
Cool.
I'm cool with just vegetables, salt. I mean, I'm cool. Like, it don't really.
What about you? What about your partner in crime for $1 million worth of game?
Oh, no, he don't eat nothing.
He doesn't eat anything, correct? Like somebody had said, I like you better than Gilly. That's not a fucking, that's not a secret. As a matter of fact, I don't like Gilly at all. Yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah. But somebody's like, he doesn't eat anything.
No, listen, Gilly, he'll take a pizza here and there, got to be burnt. He's another burnt warrior. He want a burger, but it got to be neutralized to like where's though go from here to a hockey puck. He like that. He'll take some crispy chicken. It got to be crispy. He'll throw the fries away if we go somewhere and they don't make his joints super crispy, like cook them well done.
Right.
I only seen him eat in my life. I never seen him eat spaghetti. He only he loves sticky rice though.
He won't get the chichi?
No, he loves steak and sticky rice. Well done burnt steak and sticky rice. He loved that. That's it. But other than that, he only eat like 5 things.
Can I ask you a personal question? Or maybe something that might seem inappropriate. Is that a black thing?
What?
The more well done type, like, I don't know. Some of my black
what's
friends
crazy?
tend to
like well done.
store that. So I'm not
because a lot of people
get canceled for that? No,
you be all right. No,
all right, thanks.
A lot of people in our culture, we like our food seasoned well.
Yes.
And we like to cook well to make sure it's really done. It's just something about it.
You're skeptical.
Yeah, man. You don't want that blood. You don't want that. You don't want that. Ain't nothing like crispy fried something. They love it. We love it crispy, man. That's just our thing.
So then if I go to a steakhouse with you and Gilly and I sit down and I say, I'm going to take a bone-in ribeye, medium rare. You guys would look at that and be like, that is going to be terrible. It's going to be red on the inside.
It's going to be bleeding. Like it just jumped off the...
And it's going to be a dry age, USDA prime. I'm going to be paying $220 for this fucking thing. We're in Vegas. They're going to bring it out. Where was I? In Miami. It's like steak poppy. They brought it out in the briefcase with all the lights. No. I couldn't get a fill up on my water, but they had 7 people with the lights around this thing. Yeah. It was a beautiful piece of meat. You guys don't fuck with that.
No, Gil went his super burn. He went it neutralized in some A1 sauce.
Okay. Can I give you guys a recommendation on one of these new seasonings that's come along that I think has changed my life? And I'm going to do it anyway because this is an ad. Tony's Satchery. It's always been in the cupboard. It's always been almost like a Cajun type seasoning. They just got this one called Cajun's Kick. It's a seasoning blend. It's not like a rub or anything like that. But they kick up the heat and they kick up the garlic.
I love heat.
I'm telling you right now, it's a life changer.
Why you ain't bring that for me?
I'll get you some. I'll get you a vat of it. I'll get you prison size.
Yes, because I'm a cook. You know, I'm a cook. I'm a chef.
They asked me if I could put something in a sandwich of the month. I made garlic bread with just that the other day, and then I put the sandwich on top of it. Changed my life. So I'm going to tell you guys about it right now. It's called the Cajun Kick. Less salt, more garlic, a clean hit of heat. It's a new blend based in the Tony's tradition. Use it in place of salt and pepper, but it has more attitude. It's not replacing the Tony's that you're keeping in the cupboard. This is one when you need to kick it up a little bit. Tony's Cajun Kick is a seasoning blend. You can look for it in your local H-E-B, Rouse's, Associated Grocers, Associated Wholesale Grocers, and on Amazon. Cajun Kick is currently only available in select stores in Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi, but you can meet the all-new Tony's Cajun Kick to turn up the heat, turn up the flavor, bring bold spice, zesty garlic, and just the right amount of burn to wake up anything on your plate. Shop now at CajunKick.com/Barstool. Hook yourself up. And I'm telling you, if you're cooking in prison or if you're cooking at home, this thing makes everything better. That's my thing. I'm going to close this out with some questions that I want you to answer as honestly as possible. What's your go-to fast food order? When I ask this to a lot of people, I ask them, what's your go-to drunk fast food order? And people dig in and they're like, oh, when I'm drunk, I do blah, 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 blah. But for a guy who doesn't drink, guy who doesn't smoke or anything, and a guy who I don't think does a lot of fast food, is there a fast food joint that you go to? And if there is, what do you get there? I'm a filet of fish guy.
Fast food. I was back in the day.
Back in the day, I get the full slice of cheese and extra tartar sauce.
It ain't too, I don't really do too many.
You don't fuck with it,
do I?
I think that's the honest answer.
I cook most.
Fries in a shake.
But it's like, I'm rather alone. I don't really care for it. Like when we somewhere filming around and it's late night, we go through a drive-thru, I really won't even get nothing.
Really? What's your guilty pleasure? What's that thing that you eat that people will be, you'd almost be embarrassed for people to see you like eating? Is there something? You know what I mean? Like sometimes, I don't know, if I'm taking a vitamin, I'll put a little frosting on it or something like that. I don't do that, but you know what I'm saying. Put mayo on aspirin.
I don't eat too much. Well, one thing that I do like, that I make, and people might think this is weird. I love vegan. This I forget the name of farm roast. I think it's roast. It's this vegan sausage. This spicy sausage called field roast. Right? When I take that, let me tell you this. I take it, I even throw it in the air fryer, whatever. You know what I mean? Because it's like a hot dog sausage. Throw it in the air fryer.
Right.
I make some vegetarian beans, brown sugar, with the onions chopped up in it. I will take that.
Sounds lovely.
But listen, I would take this.
I'm not a vegetarian, obviously.
I take that dog, put it on a potato bread roll, right? Put the beans on there. Relish, mayonnaise, mustard. And then I gotta have a bowl of beans here too, smoking hot.
Right.
Because I throw pepper flakes in the beans so they get the kick to it with the brown sugar, with some crushed pepper, and the onions in there, red onions. That right there, the mayonnaise on that, on the dog.
Right. The mayonnaise on the dog. That's gonna turn a lot of people off.
Man,
fuck them.
Mayonnaise relish. That mayonnaise relish and that either honey mustard or spicy mustard. And some chips on the side.
Shebangs. Is it fair to say that you don't eat a lot, but what you do eat, you're very passionate about?
Yeah, I'm one of the people that I like to eat the same thing.
Okay. Like you can eat it multiple days in a row.
Yeah. If I go to certain places, I already know what I want to eat. I know where I want to go to eat. Like, it's not going to be like, you know what I mean? But I will try a new spot.
How do you take your eggs? I think I know the answer.
I like them fried hard.
Fried hard. Fried to fucking death, probably,
listen,
right?
Fry them to death. I used to, as a kid, I used to like scrambled eggs with cheese, but I like mine's fried egg real well dark.
If you get a pizza, what do you order on it? Well, I'm knowing that. It's a well-done pizza. Is there anything that you order as toppings?
You can never go wrong with peppers, onions, mushrooms.
Okay.
That's like or I could go straight onions.
Well done pizza, straight onions.
Straight onions. That's good. You know what I mean, I can always go that way.
Right.
But there's something about if the sauce, at certain pizza spots got that little hit of sweet sauce. Mm-hmm. So it depends on it. You know what I mean? But I want it well done. Peppers, onions, mushrooms, or just onions.
What's your favorite beverage, hot or cold? What's one thing that you have every day?
Tea. Hot tea.
It's the first time I met, we had hot tea.
Hot tea.
I made it with a little bit of milk and a little bit of agave. Listen, I had these PG tips from overseas. I made him a cup of tea. He was like, this is absolutely delicious.
Listen,
that's why I knew I liked this guy.
Hot tea is always going to do it, and I'm going to tell you why. So I think it was Anthony Bourdain I'm watching. He's over in the Asian country, talking to the Asian man, and he was like, y'all eat all this hot, spicy stuff, and then you drinking hot tea on it. He said, why? And he said that in America, y'all eat grease, cold water, lock grease up in you. Hot tea, flush you right out.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? He said it flush you out. So I'm like, yo, but I already was a tea guy in jail, so I'll be heating water up in my cell all day drinking tea.
Right.
Because you just want to keep your body for the mucus, whatever, you know what I mean? But
I even do just hot water and lemon sometimes.
Damn,
if I'm not near it, I feel very good after.
I love ginger lemon tea.
Ginger lemon tea is your shit. What's a Tim Duncan of foods for you? By that, I mean, it operates on a very high level, but it just doesn't get the press. Like when people say who's the greatest player in the NBA, I think we all know that Tim Duncan is somewhere in that conversation, but he doesn't get brought up enough. I use the example of the ice cream truck. You go to the ice cream truck, so many things get top billing, but there's that little ice cream sandwich down at the bottom of the thing. I'm like, give me that, and it never disappoints for me. What's like your Tim Duncan of food? It's just always consistently good.
Chocolate chip mint ice cream.
Mint chocolate chip ice cream.
The greatest ice cream in the world. It never gets old. It's something about it.
That's a perfect answer.
Listen, that is something about that. That's my favorite ice cream in the world. It's just something about it. You know?
I would tell you, I love mint chocolate chip. I like to eat it alone though. I mean, I'll eat it with other people in the room, but sometimes other scoops I can mix and match. Mm-hmm. If I'm having mint chocolate chip, I like a little bit of whipped cream and I'm done.
By itself.
Most overrated drink you convince people, overrated food or drink that you convince people pretend to like. Like I sometimes see people gulping down scotch. I'm like, that can't be that delicious. Is there something that you see people eating and you're like, I don't fucking get it? Caviar guy?
Never.
You never tried it?
No, I think I did. I think it happened to me one time. It was on something and I didn't even know it was. And it just like it's burst in your mouth or some shit.
People spend thousands of dollars.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
I don't understand it.
I'd spill more caviar than you.
I remember I was with this billionaire guy. We was at dinner. He was like, Wallo, have it. You remember, he eating all the caviar. Steve, he's eating all the caviar. And I'm like, they eating this caviar? Like, this shit is like, I'm like, what is the matter with these people?
Right.
It was crazy, man. But I didn't mess with it. But a overrated meal that people be hype over about.
You're like, I don't get it.
You know what I think people be hype over about, and I don't even know what it is a drink. It's like everybody is hype over these Starbucks drinks with all this foam shit up the top. I don't know what that is. What is all that? Like all this creamy stuff and all this it's like I'm like, what is y'all drinking?
Yeah, it's $13 and $1,300.
And I don't even know if it's coffee. I don't even know if it's.
I have no fucking clue.
I don't know. I'm like, I'm used to just having somebody had coffee, they just have a little mug, real coffee.
Sure.
While they're drawing.
Yeah.
But they got all this stuff in there. And then when they go in there and order,
a very good answer too.
It's all this stuff. I don't know, cappuccino, frappuccino, cava lima, lean. I don't even know what they saying.
I don't even know how they make it right. To be honest with you, they throw more fucking curveballs at these girls.
All this syrup and the women love it.
Yeah.
They love it. They got all this syrups and drips and I don't know what's going on.
If you could recommend one restaurant anywhere in the world, and you do a lot of traveling, right? Like you do day trips to London and stuff like that. You could recommend one restaurant anywhere in the world to a guy like me, for example. Where would you recommend for me?
2 restaurants that I really like, and they on the same block in the same city. What's the name is one of my favorite cities in the world, Boston. Saudi Girl in Boston and Contessa in Boston on Newberry Street.
What are they? What type?
Saudi Girl, they got all type of Saudi Girl got all types of seafood.
Okay.
All types of,
And Contessa.
And Contessa is like Italian. You got all type. One of the favorite things they got this spicy lobster spaghetti. Unbelievable. And it's right on top of the restaurant. They got one there and they got one in Miami. And they got a Saudi Girl in LA and they got one in Newberry Street in Boston. But the food is just like, oh my God.
Really?
It's just like.
I'll write it down.
I'm telling you, if you listen, like that's the town, right? I'm talking about like, when I say you, let me see if I got a video of this because I want to show you this. This is different. When I say different, the food is so good. And it's so many levels because you could just go there, get some finger food real quick, get some scallops.
What do you think of Boston as a food town? All in all.
Boston got a bunch of restaurants.
New York or Philly?
Boston, you know what Boston is to me. This is what Boston is to me. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, this is the steak. I mean, I just made that steak for her.
That's gorgeous. Yeah, what are you talking about?
I made that for her.
That's not burnt to shit.
No.
I'd eat that in a heartbeat.
Mushrooms, you see the mushrooms?
Yeah, but that's falling apart there. You eat that with a spoon.
That's me making a lo mein.
Yeah.
I'm a cook.
That's what I mean. Like
all right, so look at the fish. You see the fish?
That's a big
That's halibut.
Okay. And you cook the shit out of that.
Yeah, I got to.
That shit looks a little dry to me, to be honest.
Yeah, but just, you sauce it, but let me show you. I'm gonna show you this.
You a hot sauce guy?
Yes, I put hot sauce on that.
Okay.
I'm not playing. Like I know how to.
How's your heat tolerance?
I could really go.
Can you?
I like some real live. I don't know. I'm gonna say I'm a heat guy. I don't know if I'm the heaviest heat guy.
Okay. Because like I was in a Korean restaurant the other day and they'd asked me my heat tolerance and I said it was high and I didn't know it wasn't high until I went there.
The salty girl.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Look at this.
Oh, crispy bronzino.
Look at that halibut.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Was that the lobster?
No, this something else. This salty girl, it was you see them beans down there?
Yeah.
Them beans, that's Dez eating that what's the name? Look at that. That fish.
That's a whole fish.
Yep.
I love that.
Salty girl.
Salty girl.
Salty girl in Boston. Like it's just that. But to be honest with you, I like Boston because Boston is Philly, New York, Chicago, Seattle, and like Milwaukee all in one to me. It's clean. But when you talk about Philly got some of the best restaurants in the world.
But we were just talking about it because we came in here wearing this open kitchen type thing. What's happened to Philly in the last 10 to 15 years that's really made it to a complex food town? That's not just about scrapple and cheesecakes and water ices anymore. No. Like some of the finest cuisines, some of the best chefs in the world are putting this thing. It's already on the map. Please don't think that I'm saying that but I think that it is slept on in the conversation as one of the better food towns in the United States.
I think one of the most powerful neighborhoods on the East Coast is Fishtown. They got some of the greatest restaurants.
Really? I just drove through it on the way into
Listen, they got a lot of restaurants. They just, every day it's a new restaurant. And they come up with these dope concepts, and it's just great food. Like, so the downtown Philly, man, is a shitload of restaurants.
I'm going to ask you one last question. And again, I ask this about everybody, but it sort of resonates a little bit more with you just because of your history. Death row meal. What would be your death row meal? They're about to rap on the cell and say, hey, listen, you're going tomorrow morning. What do you want tonight?
Cornbread stuffing.
Cornbread stuffing.
Vegetarian cornbread, vegetable cornbread.
Hold on. If you're going put to death the next day, you're still going vegetarian?
Because it's the taste. It was a kitchen stewardess named Miss Thomas. She was at the time we was cooking the turkeys for the holiday. And we talking about, you cook so many turkeys for the president. We used to cook a shitload. We got to cook the turkeys and carve them and put them on trays, like slices of meat, whatever. So we was making something and she was making some stuffing. I was like, I don't believe it. She's like, oh no, I'm gonna make you some vegetarian. She said, I'm gonna make you some cornbread stuffing, some vegetable cornbread stuffing. I said, all right. That is the greatest. That's one of my favorite things in the world, cornbread stuffing.
Really?
Vegetarian cornbread stuffing, vegetable, whatever. That, some well done burnt candy yams, the cranberry sauce.
Oh, so you're a big Thanksgiving guy then?
No. I like that meal all year round.
Okay.
That right there, I might make that later on tonight.
Just yelled at me.
Listen, I might make that later on tonight. The cornbread stuffing. It's unbelievable.
I might go home with you.
Listen, and Stovetop got it. Cornbread stuffing, you just take it like that. So chop up some celery, chop up some carrots, peppers, onions, some jalapeno in there. Wham! Put that together. Ooh, put that in there. It's just next level. Saute that real good. Throw it in there. It's just something else. Put it in the pan, throw it in the oven, let it get crispy. But that meal right there, a piece of halibut with the candy yams, well done. I'm talking about a big place. The candy yams, well done. About 3 big slices of cranberry sauce.
Oh, right out of the jar. Sport.
Yeah.
Out of the can, rather. Yeah,
whatever. We're not even playing.
Okay.
Probably like maybe 2 Hawaiian rolls and it's over. Go ahead. I'm out of here.
Take me off. Maybe a scoop of mint chocolate chip on the way out?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It ain't gonna matter. I ain't gotta.
We got a couple of things to pump before we get out of here. First of all, the name of the book is Cooked by Jeff Henderson.
Please.
I'm telling you right now, I'm going to go get it.
Please go get it. You're gonna listen. You're gonna call me.
His life.
You're gonna call me and be like, this should be a movie. You go.
Right.
You tell me how he was. Listen, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, this should have been a movie. Cooked.
Right.
Jeff Henderson.
$1 million worth of game. You drop every week.
Obviously, every week. Every Sunday.
It's a
7:30.
It's a beast. It's already a beast. If you don't know, you should know. But probably most importantly, because we're talking about it now, this thing will drop on the 8th. You're watching this on the 8th. On the 19th of December.
2300 Arena in Philly, Gilly and Wallo knockout party. You're going to see a bunch of knockouts. You're going to laugh. It's going to be the biggest, most entertaining show in the world.
I'm telling you right now, it's a fucking good time. And I do the bare knuckle.
Yes.
I've done rough and rowdy. I've done real boxing, the whole deal. I love it. Let me ask you something before we go. Gilly and Wallo knockout party. This is going to be the second time that I'm on the mic for it. Yeah. Is there been any talks of being the Gilly?
No, this is the third time.
Large and Wallo? That's right, the third time. Yeah. Is there any talks about putting me on the fucking?
Well, we might get throw your name on there.
All right, cool. I appreciate you taking your time. Now, we're about to go into this kitchen behind me and make your viral tuna.
And I need you, when you bite into this,
yes,
I need you to tell the people the truth. You're going to be like, you're going to lose your fucking mind.
I mean, I will have to have lost my mind because I saw some of this stuff. But if Matthew McConaughey goes viral, I think you should go viral too. This is, you got to try this. Like and subscribe wherever you see it.
Everywhere.
This is Wallo. He is my guy. And we'll see you guys next week. Let's go make some fucking tuna.
Let's go do it.